I am Eric Rawk. I am an official with the Rat City Roller Girls and the Ole Rollers. I've been with each league on and off for about 2 to 3 years. Previous to that, I was the head referee with Gotham Girls Roller Derby back in New York, and that was about 3 years also. It's a little tough for me to keep up with how long I've been doing this. I got into Derby initially in, I believe it was 2005, towards the end of 2005, beginning of 2006 with the Long Island Roller Rebels, when one of my best friends, who goes by Captain Morgan, started that league. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's all worthwhile for definitely like the experiences, supporting something that is way bigger than yourself, and a lot of the friendships and camaraderie as well. In the Pacific Northwest, we really like to all work together as far as the officials from all of the different leagues, which is why I am part of 2 different leagues. Sorosis, who is a member of Rat City Roller Girls as well. He is also the co-head ref of the Ole Rollers with me. Hangin' Chad's in a similar position where he is a member of the Rat City Roller Girls officiating crew, and he's also the head ref of Jet City Roller Girls. So it's sort of like we all work together a lot, and we do help the development of officials in the area as much as we can. It's not always as much as we'd like to, but as much as we can. In addition to the local area, I try and play a big part with mentoring and just helping officials from around the world. At this point in my travels, I am in regular communication with officials from Australia, from Germany, from Helsinki, definitely plenty in Canada, although there is a strong strong roller derby presence in Canada, so I don't necessarily need to be doing any mentoring there, and it's really just friendships and, kind of comparing notes and, just helping one another improve like that. But I try and do the best that I can to work with other officials that are trying to come up in Derby or around the world, definitely this country included as well. We work as a team, and you would never want to let anybody on the team down. And we really train quite extensively, and we study footage, and things are reviewed, and there's constantly people that are evaluating us that if there were anything that were suspect or anything like that, it would get caught so quickly, and it would be so obvious to anybody that you're working with that you'd get blackballed so fast. I mean, it's almost kind of something that is like a hype thing that really doesn't exist, because it really doesn't affect anybody. I'm curious to really see how the culture is affected by it growing. I mean, it's really continuing to just feel like a growing family. I mean, you can run into somebody almost anywhere, and they have like a shirt on from a league or whatever, and you end up in a conversation with them. Oh, I've seen that league before, and they catch that you have a shirt on or whatever you have on, or you end up just in a conversation, and it's kind of like, again, it's that subculture thing. It's just the same as like, oh, I love that band, or like, I've read that book, or whatever it is, that just sort of becomes like small talk, and you end up bumping into somebody, or whatever it is. But I mean, now with Derby being around the world, I'm super excited for the World Cup this year. Everybody will get to meet a whole bunch of people from around the world, and from what I've experienced with meeting people from around the world, it's just like meeting people from the neighboring city or a state right next door that's in a Derby, and it's really just the family keeps expanding. So I'll be curious to see kind of how, if things take a turn for being like the larger, as far as just how the sport grows, and really like how much it's covered as far as like becoming maybe like a professional sport or things like that. Like if the ladies will put sort of like a roof on it and keep it under some kind of like restraint, if they'll let it grow as big as they can, and how that's really going to work, and really how that affects the culture, because that'll be something that's quite interesting and is pretty unpredictable. It's to an extent something that I'm a little disconnected from, because I like to stay out of a lot of those things, and it's like, they'll grow the sport with how they want to grow the sport. But I think the people that are involved in the sport will always have that bond between them. It'll more be like in passing, somebody hears my name or something like that, and it's like, oh yeah, like, I've seen you officiate this bout, or like, I've read this thing that you wrote, or, my friend knows who you are because they're an official or a skater also, and things like that. So a little bit, but I mean, the focus is on the ladies. I mean, it's like they're the ones that get recognized and things like that. That's cool. I mean, I don't want to be recognized in the street, and I really don't want to be in the spotlight of any sort. I mean, that's not my place as an official, and it's not what I want as a person. I mean, it's not what I'm in this for. It's hard to compare to any other subculture because it attracts such a diverse group of people. I mean, usually, yes, it's a common interest, but it's a common interest of people from so many different backgrounds. And I mean, any sort of subculture that comes to mind, and especially with the way that American culture in general that I've seen works, is like a lot of people that are involved in different subcultures really want to feel like they're part of the group, and they do so much to fit in and meet these criteria that may either be developed or developed by themselves that are, projected upon the subculture to fit in and be that thing. And like in Derby, that's not the case. Like it's, you are who you are, and we're all here because we love the same thing and we believe in the same sport, and we want to see the progression of that sport. So it's everybody from all types of backgrounds, from all different places, and obviously from all over the world. And you get involved, and sometimes it takes over your entire life, and sometimes it's a little piece of your life, and and for the most part, it's like that's okay, and everybody's got their own place in it, even if even if you're just an official, or even if you're just a fan, or even if you're a skater that skates in a Derby rec league. Like you got a taste, and you knew that it was something that like you wanted to be around and be involved with, and you develop that love for it, and you kind of feel that no matter what, no matter how it fits into your world.